Welcome back to my world here on YouTube. I'm your host, Moises Beauchamp. If this is your first time coming through, hit that subscribe button, that bell, all them good things. Hit that like button. But yeah, we're in the room. As you come in, share. Hit that like button. Gotta share that I'm on, share that I'm on, share that I'm on, sharing that I'm on. Welcome. Just waiting for a few people to get in the room. Getting things situated. Just bear with us. Bear with us. As you come in, hit the like button and share. Share that we are on. Trying to figure out these cryptic notes. Getting things situated, just bear with me. Bear with me. As you come in, hit that like button and share that we are on. Getting things situated over here, just bear with me. Bear with me. All right. Welcome to the Moises Beauchamp YouTube channel. As you can see, we're going to be talking about the major clues in these cryptic notes in this Dulce Alavez case. We're going to be calling in Miss Jackie, being that she has the most information about these cryptic notes. Welcome. As you come in, hit that like button. We're going to make this a quick one. I'm just going to go ahead and get started and call Miss Jackie in. Hello, Miss Jackie. How you doing today?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing wonderful. Let me make sure everybody can hear us. Hit that one if you can hear us. Hear me and her.
I'm sorry, let me lower my screen. There we go. All right, now I'm ready.
All right, let's get into it. Let's just jump right into it. Give me a second here. All right. Everybody could hear us, so we're just gonna go ahead and jump into it. The title is the major clues in these cryptic notes, and being that you was one of the ones that received one of these cryptic notes, I wanted to ask you a few questions. Is that okay with you? That's cool. We could do that. All right. Now check it out. Right? Do you ever wonder why they sent you one of those cryptic notes?
Why? Why me?
Yeah, why you?
So those other people don't make sense. They sent it to a gym. They sent it to a library, an ice cream stand. It just didn't make sense.
Right. But in a way, it kind of does make sense. But anyway, let's continue. So you said they send one to a gym.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I wasn't aware of that one. And where was that at? In Ohio as well?
No. It was just like in different states. I know that I want to say was oh man, I think I want to say Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, a gym in Las Vegas.
Yeah, something like that.
Wow. Okay. All right. Now, rather than the people that are sending out these notes, rather than sending you one of these cryptic notes, don't you think it would have been wiser for them to send it to Naoma or the grandparents?
Right. Yeah, I just feel like I always said that I felt like it was one of the psychics, or it was. I think it's a psychic that's trying to get some kind of attention, or not even attention, just some kind of info.
Right.
And why not to them? That's what I'm assuming.
You kind of breaking up on me.
One second. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I could hear you perfectly now.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, it kind of almost feels like they wanted you to find her, right?
Yep.
It's
Yep.
weird. Weird.
I said I don't get the point of it, of the note, because it wasn't a letter. It wasn't say. It didn't say, "Dear Jackie, um, these are the clues that I have gathered for you guys." No, random words. I mean, I can read some off to you right now if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, it was
That'll be
very
great.
yeah, it was. They were very sloppy. All right, I can see where one says a ranch, like ranch,
Mm-hmm.
railroad, Spanish, Karen, um, campground.
Hmm.
Um, wow, very sloppy. It's very hard to read. Mexico, Minnesota,
So
Alaska.
it seems like it's like just little clues here and there, but right, like trying to be confusing.
Mhm.
So,
If I send, like, I can send it to you. Maybe you can just like,
oh
if
yeah,
you want to share, show you.
yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
Where should I send it to you?
You can send it to my email or just send it to Brenda. She'll make sure I get it.
All right, I'm gonna send it to Brenda right now.
All right.
Yeah. So I remember, like, I think that was like almost to the last. I remember Noema asking me, "Is it true you received these letters?"
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Yes." She didn't ask me what it said. She didn't ask me nothing, like nothing at all.
Right. She
The
was
only, is
like
it true?
like
I'm like,
really
yeah, hello.
like she really
Why
didn't
would I?
show much concern. Is that what you're saying?
Yep, yes. Wasn't worried. Doesn't say. What did it say? She didn't ask me what did it say.
All right. Yeah.
Even no, the Raymond didn't even ask me. No one asked me.
Well, yeah, that's kind of
Hmm.
strange. And it
And
is.
that was before me, before me even stepping out, because the reason of me going, taking the turn to stepping out was because I received those letters.
Right.
So yes, I was still involved with the family to that point.
Now did you receive it like through the postage, the post office, postage? Did it
Yep.
like through the actual mail?
It was stamped and everything, and it said from Ohio, but of course it didn't have a return address.
Right, right.
It didn't have a return address.
So, what do you think about the places that each of these notes were sent to? Like, I know that you said there was Las Vegas and Ohio, and then but like the places like for example the ice cream stand, and
Hmm.
then you have the game and casino where there was one
Yeah.
sent to. Now, like to me, you know what I'm saying, when I see when I try to put everything together, and I see that they sent one of these notes to an ice cream stand, it makes me think of Dulce. Ice cream, she had ice cream when she went
Oh
missing.
yeah.
Makes me think of Dulce. And then you go back to the gate, to the one that was sent to the gaming casino. And then from what I understand, there were instructions to a 76 truck stop.
Yeah.
See, and right there, gaming casino makes me think of a debt, and then it makes me think of a connection to the Billy case being, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah. Yeah. You're
of
right.
the location. 76 truck stop. You feel me?
Yeah. The 76 Trust Stop Dead End Street and Woods. Please look.
Mm-hmm.
Please look. It says. Now the other one, it was addressed to the manager of a Hollywood gaming, a Hollywood gaming at Mohonan Valley Race Course, Wire Race Course,
Right.
nearby wooded area close to a truck stop along Interstate 80.
It kind of makes you think.
Yeah,
It makes me think, like maybe this person is trying to give information on, a different case as well as this case, and the connection could be a debt. Some, that maybe both of these kids were taken by the same person, and this
yeah,
person has been out there all this time. I mean, anything is possible.
yeah,
I'm reaching right now.
yeah. I
I
agree.
got to make myself clear, because then they take my words and then turn them around, and
Oh yeah, definitely. We know about that. Yeah, I completely agree.
then you have the one cryptic note that went to a library. Then it makes you think of the Nate Thomas case, and then maybe the Mark case. It makes me
Right.
think of that. Do you think that could this all be just about Dulce? Could it be all of these cases wrapped into one, being that it's just so close, South Jersey area,
Yeah.
Cumberland County, Cape May County.
Right. In county, especially Same County, um, and also like how Billy was with his little sister. It just seems so much alike.
Right, right, yeah.
Alike.
It's like so many coincidence, right?
Yeah, very much coincidence. Yes. Um, but it can be the person that can, like you said, can it be the person connected to both of them or connected to one? Can it be somebody that's trying to give us hints about Billy since you know what I mean? Who knows?
I know it.
Now we don't know what to think anymore.
Yeah, it just gets crazier and crazier.
Yeah, definitely. Um, But I think if they would have had more, if they wanted to give more information, or they were intending to give us a strong tip, I think they would have kept on going. Like, I think they would have kept on sending more notes out to another place, or it was just like a one-time thing. You know what I mean? Like, that was weird, a one-time thing.
Right, and it was just in March, right?
Yep.
The month of March. Yeah.
But like I before, a lot of people had told me that it did sound like a psychic out of Florida. But Florida to Ohio, that's a big drive. I mean, anyone could catch a plane, but it just doesn't make too much sense why someone would get on a plane, fly to Ohio, and send some letters out like that. Now, let's get to this. There is connection with the family in Ohio, right? As before you called me, I just received something that I sent it to Brenda. There's more connection with the family in Ohio. I don't know much about it, but why did they choose Ohio?
Right. And
could have chose other states.
And that's where most of these cryptid notes were sent to, right? They were spread around Ohio.
Yeah, they were from all the
postage.
The postage says Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, so they were being sent to all over the place.
Correct.
From Cleveland, Ohio.
Correct. Yeah. Yes. So why? I don't know. It could have been somebody that did more investigation on the family and chose to do it that way, or it's just the person from Ohio. I don't know. I don't know what to think. Like, I don't know. They could be, like she said, they could be setting up the family because they know. Because there was, a lot of people knew that they had Ohio tags. So maybe that someone chose to do it because they knew that there was some kind of connection or family members from Ohio.
Wow. Strange, very strange.
Yeah.
Very strange. See, I mean, I got my own opinion. Me personally, I think this thing is deeper than what. Because all these cryptid notes, it all could be a smokescreen for all we know.
Yeah. You're right. Absolutely right. But they haven't given me no update on it. I asked, I think I deserve some kind of update because I was the, you know what I mean? Like, something.
Right.
Now, when the report that I was hacked from Ohio, same thing. No one listened. They just told me to report it to my local police. What if the person that hacked, because I found out it was from an Apple laptop, what if it's a big connection? What if it's a big tip? What if it's the person that has her? I gave them permission to do whatever they have to do if they need to do it, to hack into my phone or to investigate, but no.
Yeah, it's crazy because we don't know if it's a stranger, family member. we don't know what the heck is going on.
Right.
Now, you did say that when at the beginning of this case they had Manny under hypnosis or something, or they had him working with someone like to get information from him, being that he would have been the only actual eyewitness?
No, I know Norma never told me that. I never knew about that. Um, every time I would ask her if he was getting any kind of therapy or anything, she kept telling me no.
And then
That
what were the outcome of her? Because she did say she took a lie detector test on the Dr. Phil show. She said she took a
mhm,
lie detector test, but they never gave her the. She didn't know the results. Did they
right.
ever give her the results? What were they?
I don't,
What were those results?
no, I don't think she got the results. She told me she didn't get them.
Don't you find that kind of strange?
Yeah, of course. Well, she was pregnant at the time, and everyone kept telling, everybody kept saying, when you're pregnant, you can't have a lie detector test.
Right.
So, that's what I'm going by. If she was pregnant, but I'm sure they have done one after the baby was born, and I feel like if and when they have, I think she would have been arrested already if she would have had some kind of connection, or she would have failed her lie detector test. That's how it's so crazy. It's a crazy situation how you could be in one corner, but then in the other corner at the same time. Um, so I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that because, like I said, she doesn't. She doesn't show her emotions and she doesn't show any effort. But if she would have had anything to do with the case, I think she would have gotten some kind of charge, or they would have arrested her. Don't you feel like that would have happened, or like I don't know how all this works.
Oh
I
yeah.
really don't.
I really don't know neither. Like, you would think that. I mean, not necessarily they would arrest you especially with her condition at the time she was pregnant and whatnot. But now that she's not pregnant, I would think that they would give her another one. I mean, they probably
Yeah.
have done that, and we just don't know about it.
Right.
But yeah, the question is, what were the results?
Right. The only thing she told me was that the machine was broken. That's the only thing that she told me. She didn't get the results back because the machine was broken.
Because the machine was broken. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Yeah.
that works.
Neither. Yeah. So I don't know if they fixed the machine and they did it again. Yeah, but that's the only thing she told me. She never, and that's the same thing she told the Dr. Phil show. She didn't get the results back. No. Hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
And another thing that I find kind of strange is that how Dr. Phil was so involved with it and he disappeared. Like disappeared completely.
Yeah,
It,
it's not. I don't
you know,
understand how that happens.
yeah, like after he offered, the 20,000 is there. Why would he give 20,000 and disappear? Right?
Right.
How are you going to give 20 grand and disappear and not be involved anymore? I
Well,
know it's for you.
then again, as far as you know, because maybe, I mean, just maybe, let's say that they're communicating with them directly.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, Dr. Phil, he told me he did work with. He has a lot of connection, like a lot of connection. He told me, and yeah, he said he was going to do a few things, but when it came down, he asked me, he said, "What can I do to help you, Jackie?" And I said, "First, can you get me any help? Can you get me any therapy? Can you get me some kind of psychiatrist? And can you do the same thing for mom, for Noema? She needs, she needs therapy. She's stressing. She's going through it. A psychiatrist, something." And he said, "Yeah, no problem." Those are the two things that, I asked him if he said, "What can I help you with?" And I said, "Of course, Manny, because Manny's a big key in this."
Mm-hmm. And yeah, technically he would be the only eyewitness, and I would think.
Right. Now, I was talking to the girls and the group yesterday, and we were also talking about the timeline and what the potential witness that was at the park, what she said also. So it's just like, well, what are we saying here? Does everything add up? Does it add up to when she got off the bus, two kids getting ready? Does it give it enough time to get ready, go to the store? The timeline, we're thinking that it's a little bit off also.
Right. The timeline.
A lot of things kind of off. Well, like I said, hopefully the FBI and the police department have all that control and they're steps ahead of us.
I know one thing, that chief of police seems to think that she's alive, and I mean, I've watched that. I've watched his interview over and over again, and he seems really sure that she's alive. And I think that they're not telling they're not going to tell us, the public, everything they know.
Yeah.
I mean, that would hinder their investigation.
Yeah, definitely.
So we definitely don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
I mean, everything that we put in out here is just speculations because we don't know.
Exactly. And everything we're putting out here is just, public information. We're not hindering investigation or, you know what I mean? Like, we're going by what we see. And, people get mad at me and upset at me because of what I experienced. You can't get mad at me because I experienced that. It's the truth. It's not me slandering them. It's not me talking about them. It's my experience. It's something that I would never lie about.
Right.
People think that I'm just making up things and wanting to hurt them. No, it's not like that.
I mean, really, why would you want to do something like that? You're a grown woman. I mean, that's like little grade school games that you would play.
Right. It's not the right time to act like children. It's not the right time. It was never the right time to start rumors, and there's distractions, and there's a lot of distractions going on. It's something that doesn't make sense, and like Brenda said, there's distractions that are getting involved when something is trying to get done. It seems like they really don't want her found. Like, either you're going around saying that you want her found, but then boom, you're distracting. You're taking away from the awareness. You're taking away from us trying to do something positive. And no, like Melissa, Danielle says somebody mentioned something about not needing Dr. Phil for a psychiatrist. Well, while all this is happening, they weren't getting help. Yeah, we didn't need Dr. Phil, but the reason why I asked Dr. Phil was because they weren't receiving no kind of therapy or psychiatrist. So why wouldn't I ask him? He had good sources. Dr. Phil is amazing in finding therapy and rehabs and all those kind of things. So if you're going to offer something, hell yeah, I'm going to take it.
Right.
You know?
Right. Then again, we really don't know what's going on. He may be helping them, and we just don't know about it.
Right.
Because, like, we don't know what's going on because since you backed away, you really don't have no inside information.
Right.
So who knows what's going on behind those closed doors?
Yep. Yep. And even when I was in, I never received like information. Like they would always tell me that the police would never update them. Something there was a time that I physically picked them up from their home, took them to the prosecutor's office, sat there, and they demanded to speak to someone because they weren't getting an update. So even when I was involved, there wasn't like nothing. There was no update, nothing new. So it's not a big of a difference right now.
Right.
So, the only thing that I can say was, yeah, we used to go out and search and go out for flyers and stuff. But like you said, we don't know what they're doing over there.
Right.
We don't know what's going on.
I mean, at this point, the searches, they're really ineffective. At this point,
Right.
I mean, unless you know that you're looking for a dead body, you're not.
Right.
It's pointless right now to search. I mean, you done did all the searching that you could do.
Well, that's what the police is saying, but I still have people out there searching. There's still people willing to go out there to still search. Because like I said, there's still psychics out there that are saying that she's out there. And there's people that don't want to give up. So there is still people searching. I haven't announced a big search publicly, but there's still people out there searching.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a light side to this, and then there's a dark side to this.
Yeah.
And that's that's for sure. If we're gonna jump into the dark side of it, then that could take us into a whole another rabbit hole.
Right. Right. Exactly. I was going over, some notes today, and I was telling Brenda, why would this witness say? Why would this? Let me read exactly what I received from someone that worked with the witness.
Okay, let's hear.
Somebody that that worked with the witness.
So which witness is this? The little kid, or actual witness?
It was the mom with the two children.
Okay. That's it.
Okay, so she said two people who saw the little girl there that day says she was by herself near the street. I said, oh, wow. That was way before she was even reported missing, like 45 minutes. They were there longer than the mom is saying. They saw her talking to a guy, and the 3-year-old was with her. I said, really? 5-year-old was alone by the street. That's the second time she said that. I said, did she tell the police? She said, yes, FBI did speak to them today. Mom was talking to a guy at the basketball court around 3:45. And then she says, I'm sick to my stomach. So why did she say that she was by the street by herself?
By herself, yeah.
Right. 2 times.
And this was a witness that was there at the park.
Correct. She said they saw her talking to a guy and the 3-year-old was with her. That's a whole different story. That's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, it is. That's a whole different story than what we've gotten all this time. Almost a year, we've been getting this whole other beat down. And then now to hear this has me concerned.
Yeah. Like, I had never said anything, but the reason why I'm saying it is not to bad her or anybody, but it's because people are saying she wasn't even there at the park. So yeah, she was there because this is the one of the witnesses that seen her at the park. So she was placed at the park, and she was placed at the park supposedly playing by herself, and the 3-year-old was with her.
And law enforcement they do have this story.
That's what she said. Yes, FBI did speak with them. I don't know how old those 2 children, because remember they said tender years. So tender years is like under a certain amount of years, I'm assuming.
Yeah, very young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's totally the opposite, right?
It's crazy.
It's a total opposite of what we were
It's a
hearing.
whole different storyline. It's just a whole brand new storyline.
And I really don't see a mother lying, a witness lying, knowing that a girl got kidnapped. Why would she make that up?
Right. But then again,
and this was fresh. This was sent to me a couple of days after, like a week after everything happened.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it was made up and sent to me now. It was sent to me right away.
Right. But my question is, why is it that the storyline that we've gotten from the prosecutor's office and, law enforcement has been the same storyline?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why, if that was something of significant, why it hasn't changed?
Right.
So it just makes me think that is hogwash. No, not good information.
Right. Yep.
But then again, I could be wrong.
Yes. Absolutely. We can all be wrong in so many things because there's so many different things being said.
Right. Well, this case gets crazier and crazier. But again, like I said earlier, this is the light side of it.
Right.
There also could be a dark side to this. And in my opinion, if it is the dark side, is really, really dark.
Yeah. Or it's more dark than good.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know why they wouldn't had mentioned her being alone by the street, or I don't know why they never mentioned. Um, it's been 11 months, and we still don't know who were those basketball players.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
That
like
were supposedly
who
girls.
was there? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
we still don't know who the guy is from the video from the store, the one that was looking at her.
Right.
You understand? Like all these main concerns are never addressed. They were never addressed. They were never talked about. No one ever talked about the basketball players. Why haven't the basketball players? How did they miss two little kids playing alone? Like you're telling me you never glanced in the corner? Like everybody glances at something. You're at a park. You're running back and forth. When you're running back and forth, you're looking. You know?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how nobody really saw nothing and
Right.
nobody heard nothing.
Right. Now, like we said, can it be that everyone was placed at the park for a reason besides the two, the witness that said that she was playing alone? Because then again, who made up the sketch?
Right.
Why
Yeah.
did they come a month later to report that sketch? A month.
Right. Now let me ask you something. Can you confirm that Naoma was involved with a gang went back in the day when she was in her younger days?
She never said that.
I
But,
asked that because
hearsay.
that's something that I heard, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the girl,
I
so
heard that. Yeah. I heard it. I did hear about it. She had friends, maybe, but I don't know if she was a gang member. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. But there is confirmation from her friends that used to be her friends that yes, she was.
right.
I'm not saying she was a gang member, but her friends do confirm that she was hanging around these gang members.
Right. Yeah, because if you jump into the dark side of things, it could be crazy.
Yeah.
Especially if she had involvement with gang members.
Right. Yeah. And that's where it gets a little crazy. It's scary there because, when it comes to gang members, that's a whole different ball game. We don't know why. It did come to my head. It did come into my head saying, well, maybe these basketball players that were there could have been part of the gang or the gang members, or like I said, anybody could have been placed there at the park for a reason.
Right.
And why would they say a red van and then the vehicle description changed? Why wasn't that announced?
Right. And
no
why
one knew about that.
And why would they tell you that footage, that them images were from two different places? When I look at them images, they really look like they're right there by that school.
The SUV?
Yeah, that red SUV. Remember we was talking about that in a prior show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at them. I was comparing them, and it was in that area. You can see
Yeah.
different things that match to the
Right.
if you really look close to it.
And I think that footage came from someone's home security.
Yeah, I took a screenshot of it and I compared, and they that I don't know, I don't understand why they would tell you that it was a different area when it clearly shows you when you pause it and you look at it real good. It shows you the buildings of the school
Really?
right there.
Hmm. Yeah, because they took it down quickly. Taken down quick.
Weird, very weird.
Yeah. Very, very.
Well, that's all the questions that I have. You have anything else that you want to add in closing?
No, that's it.
All right. Then thank you for clearing up some of these questions in my mind, and hopefully in some of the audience's mind as well. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, we'll keep in touch.
All righty then. Bye.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
All right. Well, that was Miss Jackie. Anybody else got any anything to say about these clues and these cryptic notes? Feel free to call in. Call it in 910-378-0859. If not, we're gonna get up out of here. I'll give it a few minutes. All right. Well, someone wants me to call her, and I'll call Brenda in. She has something to say about these cryptic notes, so we will call her in.
Please leave your message for.
Well, how can I call you if you?
Please leave your message for.
Brenda.
Oh boy. I'm calling you in. Let me call you in. Good God Almighty. She has something to say about these cryptic notes. I'm calling her in now.
Hello.
You was trying to call me while I was trying to call you. But yeah, okay, what you got to say about these clues and these cryptic notes and all that good stuff?
I want to make sure, can people hear me out there? Because I know my mic's been acting up lately.
I'm sure they can hear you. I can hear you. Can y'all hear her out there? Hit one if you can hear her. They can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, well, at first, like everybody says that at first, everything's been weird with this case, but here comes March, okay? And a big turnaround comes for this case, and some letters appear in Ohio, right? And that are being sent out from Ohio. Now, if someone was trying to frame the family, let's just say if somebody was trying to frame the family, right, to take away the heat from themselves, they already know that this family some of them originated from Ohio. So that's already a plus on the case. That they gathered so much information that they knew that they did have family members out in Ohio. They currently have Ohio tags. A few of them actually have Ohio tags. I mean, a few people in Brigham have Ohio tags. So it was a little bit weird because I went back on the New Jersey, state police thing, looking at offenders. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to lie that once you're on that New Jersey State Police website, that means that you have visited the state of New Jersey, correct? that you once lived in the state of New Jersey, because they, you can't be living in another state and then be registered in New Jersey.
Right. Well, that means that if someone is listed on the offenders list in New Jersey and they live in another state, that means that they offended in the state that they're registered in.
In New Jersey, correct?
Right. Yeah. If that's where it's at. Yeah.
Okay. So now, since last week, I've really been digging in there. But anyway, there is someone that's registered in the state of New Jersey, but guess what? His address is in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
Now, Jackie states that her letter that she received at the post office came from Cleveland, Ohio. Now, if the person who sent out these letters knew that by looking into the same information that we're looking into, do you see what I'm talking about? They can easily create something to distract from the real person who's actually doing it. So now I'm not saying that this person, just because he lives in Cleveland, Ohio, has something to do with it, but I'm just saying what a coincidence that he lives in Ohio, but he's registered here in New Jersey, and at that, Cleveland, Ohio.
Right. And where at in New Jersey is he registered at? Can you narrow it down to the city?
I did not. Well, I don't remember what city, but I will send you the screenshot.
Right, but I feel you. I can understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
If someone was trying to set the family up, how they would look
because
up
they wouldn't, and we're not saying that because since everyone is thinking that we're bashing the family, so then just look at other avenues. And let's just say that somebody's trying to set up the family then, because obviously we can't, talk too much about it.
Who's talking about
no, but I'm just saying,
family? Nobody's
no, I'm just saying.
nobody.
So we're gonna do it as in trying to figure out if somebody is actually framing the family, because in March when everything is quiet during the pandemic of everybody being inside, all of a sudden you get some Ohio letters. And then let's look at it like this. All right. So there was one sent out to this gaming casino place. I don't know the gym that Jackie's talking about, but if there was another letter, then that means that
she said,
5 letters would be accounted.
It was a gym in Las Vegas, I believe, was what she said.
Yeah. The gaming casino with that I-76 truck stop, and then you have the custard place, and then you have the library. So let's just say that these are really just 3 individual people that this serial abductor or whatever they are giving us clues within each thing to find each individual person. So how ironic that the letter that was submitted to the custard place, that was a full lengthy letter. It was an actual letter. It was written on a letter, and it was describing things about Dulce, that one to the custard. How ironic that one was well written out, but the other 2 that were sent to the casino and to the library was just chicken scratch.
Right.
It was just random notes. One of them was written on like an index card, and just like Jackie, her notes on the paper that it was written on too. I'm not going to expose what it was written on, but on the paper that it was written on as well doesn't make any kind of sense at all whatsoever. Now, but what does make sense is how they took their time to write a letter to a custard place in reference to Dulce. Now, if it was a psychic, they wouldn't take their time writing a letter. No, it's more like professing maybe their sins or something like that. So, giving clues without actually telling somebody where they're at. More like, here it is, you figure it out type of thing, since you guys like to find things out.
Right.
That's now. So the 76 truck stop. How interesting that there was a known location, 76 truck stop, in Violin, okay, right there near Mill Road, and the only coordinates that fit with that actual letter is Billy. because why would Dulce be all the way over there in Billy's neck of the woods when she was abducted in Britain?
Right. That's what it could be that this person is involved in different cases as well.
And like Jackie said,
if it is some sort of a serial,
abductor.
Yeah, whatever we want to call it.
Okay. So anyway, the note, the 76 truck stop, could possibly be for, Billy. And then the custard plate has meaning too, because like I said, the letter that they wrote, they clearly say it in many, many, many other interviews besides Jackie. From what we hear from Jackie, there's plenty of YouTube videos describing the letter that was actually written to this custard place and how, lengthy it was, and it just described things about Dulce, which that's a little bit creepy, because just like Jackie stated, okay, it looks like a reader did it, but that's what the whole thing is, and that's what's confusing. If this person knows that this whole case is based on a bunch of readers, how do you think that person is going to reach out to the public in a reader's type of way so they can confuse the hell out of us? Right. But it's really not, it's not really a reader. It's just.
Why is it that they haven't really investigated? He has posters, so that means that they could go back to wherever it was mailed from and view cameras and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that hasn't been done, or we haven't heard anything about it?
Yeah, and it's important because it came out the way that it came out. It was told to the whole world that these Ohio letters been found here in Ohio, and I'm glad that the Ohio police took action when they received these letters and did not back down from doing any type of search. So I do congratulate the state of Ohio for going in there and ensuring that none of those, that they actually investigated those letters. I'm glad that they did, and that they took, full effect in making sure that she wasn't in Ohio, and and other things like that.
All right, now my question is, why is it that we haven't heard anything else about them? Because I'm sure that they did further investigation.
They had to have
tracked them back to where they were mailed from, and I'm sure that video cameras,
Yeah, because let's say the postage stamp, that postage stamp that those little numbers that are on that stamp. Once it gets to the post office and it gets stamped, there's a little route. Those are almost like routing numbers.
Yeah,
you know exactly from where it came from, which carrier brought it in and something like that. I mean, it's known to, they will find out who did it with those notes. And I just think that if it was some type of hoax, somebody is clearly disrespectful, as to still, we need to remember that a child is still lost, and those games are a little bit crazy. But let's go. So the 76 truck stop, if you notice, it comes right to a dead end. And right there is the, what is that? Highway 55, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you notice in some of the readers, they mention the number 55 a lot. They mention the number 55 a lot. The number 5 actually and 55 come up a lot in certain people's readings. They keep saying that the number 5 is strong, but we got to remember Dulce was 5 when she disappeared. But how crazy is it that some coordinates and some things lead back to violence?
Right.
We need to find out if that actual custard letter maybe states that maybe she's around, maybe they have Dulce around some type of area that has to do with ice cream, maybe in the area from where she was taken from. The Sunoco wasn't too far out from her house. So if we have to go back to where Dulce purchased the ice cream, it would be the Sunoco. Right?
Right.
So I just feel like each letter means something. But like the library, which clue would pertain to the library? Would it be, if we're all just assuming, would it be Nate Thomas or would it be Mark Heimblock that located near a library.
Isn't there a landfill behind that library?
There is actually a landfill behind that library. The new library right there where I say it's new, but it's really old. It's new because it was built, but the one right there near Tip Trailer Park, behind it, there's actually a landfill. I think it's called Thompson's Recycling or something like that. It was called, or it's still called.
All right.
Yeah, and Billy is 55 too, Kelly, yes. Yeah, and the main road to Cumberland County is 55. Everything is just so
weird.
We just need to find out. So if we're going to take it like this, we know that Dulce is probably the letter to the custard place. If we put Billy in this equation, he's probably the one from the 76 truck stop, because it's literally the 76 truck stop is located in Byland. That used to be a local truck stop. Remember 76 Lumber? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You remember 76 Lumber right there on Landis Avenue?
Yeah.
You remember 76 Lumber? That lumber
Well,
place.
I don't think it was
that's
76.
right there near.
I think it was 86.
What was it?
I think it was 86 number, something like that. But yeah.
Whatever number lumber that.
Yeah, it was over there by,
I don't even know.
by Adamo, across from, like over there by Adamos and all that.
Yeah,
well,
right
used
there
to be
where
Adamos, because it's not Adamos anymore.
where the 55 is, right there. Like you can literally go right in front of it, and you're going into the 55. Anyway, just trying to tell you that behind that area is a clue. So, but behind that area is where Billy lived at, which is just a little bit weird. Oh, 86 Lumber. There you go. Elena said it. 86 Lumber. I remember that place. I don't even know if it's still open.
No, that's not there no more.
It's not there no more, but it is.
I don't think it
But
is anyway.
But you know,
Yeah, I know what you're
that-
talking about, though.
that whole place, that whole place right there used to be a truck stop.
Right.
Remember, because it's right there where 55 used to be at. I mean, 55 is at.
Adamos was right there on the corner.
Yeah.
The gas station, and you get subs. They had pretty good subs.
Yeah, and they still do.
Well, it's not Adamos anymore.
Yeah, it's called something else.
Yeah. But yeah.
But then we will figure out the library. Okay, so if Billy's in Violin and that note goes to Violin, the custard place goes back to the Sunoco in Bristol. Was there a library near Mark where he lived at? Because everything seems to point out to where the person would live and be. Me, because you know how complex my brain thinks. That's how I'm thinking. Custard meant something. That means Dulce, she resides in Bristol. The 76 truck stop. If that is in Violin, then we can link that to Billy. But if the library links to Nay or Mark, it would link him to being out there where he lives at, near a library. I don't think that these people set people out too far from where they live at. It's always known they go missing from where they're at, but sooner or later they appear right close to where they left from, where they disappeared from. We've seen that in plenty of cases, that they say that they searched the whole area, and then randomly 2 or 3 weeks later, the person that they were looking for in that area appears there magically, like, okay, where did you come from? If that area was extensively searched and everything was clear, somebody's walking a dog or something, and they come across, somebody that they were looking for when that area was already, grounded and executed, and
Right.
it was okay.
Then, yeah, they blame it on animals moving things around. And
Yeah,
stuff
like an
that.
animal. Yeah, like, okay. I mean, I know a body gets real heavy, and I only know this medically because, I had to take, medical assistant classes and CNA classes to take care of my grandma when she had cancer. So, you do know what the weight does when a person, passes over. We talk about gases. The blood settles all the way down to the bottom of the body, depending on which position it lays on. The blood flow will go to, the position to where the person. I don't think that an animal can bring somebody like that without actually eating it. You know, that's,
I don't know.
I don't like thinking about things like that. But I'm just saying, if it is a strong possibility that each letter pertains to somebody that was actually missing.
I mean, for all we know, this thing could be some real elaborate, crazy crap, and it could be a group of people involved, and they're into just that satanic kind of stuff, and they're into drinking little babies' bloods and stuff, and just to stay young. And then that's when you got to look at the higher ups.
Yeah, and let me tell you, if you notice on video and the news, if you notice the person's skin, their skin complexion of these people who do these types of crazy, weird thingies, their skin tone starts looking a little bit palish. They look like if we're watching some type of Twilight, that movie Twilight that came out, the movie Twilight, on how their facial look whitish, grayish, ashy, whatever. But anyway, those types of people, you can tell that are a little weird off just by the way their face looks like. Anyway.
But that's a whole another story for a whole another day.
Yeah.
We about to get up out of here.
Yep.
It's been over an hour. I'm out of here. So, in closing, about these cryptic notes, what do you have to say in closing?
No, that is that. Let's just put it as maybe, like I said, maybe it's just 3 different people, and that's the reason why Jackie got a letter, because maybe they wanted Jackie to find out where all of these 3 letters meant. I mean, there was a reason why Jackie got sent a note, and not everybody, like not the mom or the grandparents or nothing like that, because Jackie's not family. You would think that you would send it to the mom, but no. They're not going to send it to her. They're going to send it to Jackie.
Right. Well, it could be all
right.
It could be all a smoke screen. All right. Thank you for calling.
And it can be. Okay. Love you. Bye-bye.
All right. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Yep. So there you have it. There you have it. These are just so many different things that you could think about. I mean, like we were saying earlier, it's a dark side to this, and then there's a light side of this. I would like to keep it on the light side, but then again, reality is reality. And, you got to face the dark side of it as well. On the next one, we'll talk about the dark side. With that said, my good peoples, if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. I should have 16 likes, and I'll catch you on the next one. One love, my good peoples.